Hey everybody, it's Michael Loftmuth. It's Friday. We finally made it to the end of the week. One of the things I want to talk about, and I'm sure like most people in the car business, you have friends or family that reach out to you and say, hey, will you help me purchase a vehicle? And recently, within the last couple of weeks, I had a friend of the family come to me and ask if I'd help them purchase their vehicle. And I enjoy it. I love sitting on the other side of the desk. I love seeing the process and how everybody goes through their steps, maybe just a little bit differently. And so I took a friend of mine to a dealership, again, another friend that runs or works at that dealership. And the process as far as picking the vehicle out, the salesperson doing their job of, demoing the vehicle and showing the features and benefits, getting to the numbers, all of that actually transaction-wise was great. That all went very well. When we got to the finance office, honestly, I got angry. Ultimately they took this friend of mine, friend of the family, into the finance office, and the transaction from the time she walked in to the time she walked out, probably no bullshit, was about 5 minutes. And that's too quick, right? And I get that we have, tools now that allow us to do electronic signatures and, kind of speed the process up in certain areas. But you need to make sure that you're taking the time to not only explain the products effectively, but to actually make sure that the customer or that person that's sitting across from you understands what they're signing. If you're just putting something in front of them, telling them where to sign on an electronic pad and basically rushing through the entire process, all you're doing is creating a future problem, not just for yourself, but for the dealership. And that's just not acceptable. We are the last line of defense in a dealership. As a finance manager, we're the ones that have to make sure that everything is explained right, done correctly, and make sure that we don't put any liability or situations for the dealer at hand. So I make sure, when I talk about process and training, it's not just about products, make sure that they understand them, which, don't get me wrong, that's very important, but it's also about making sure that you cover the dealer's ass. And I don't know how to say it any better than that. You have to make sure you're taking care of the dealer. And if you guys are rushing through and not disclosing your contracts, you're failing at your job. It's as simple as that. So guys, going into the finance transaction, if you ever see a finance manager that says, do you want me to disclose the finance products to you, or do you want me to go through these products with you? The answer is always going to be no. All you're asking them is, hey, do you want me to show you a higher payment? You're not building value. You're just basically making it a path of least resistance for that customer to choose that basically in the end results in failure. But anyway, guys, one of the things, again, like I talk about process, I talk about how important it is, but then when I get to witness it on the other side of the desk and how sometimes people really skip through steps and really just put the dealer in a bad spot, it's embarrassing to our trade. Guys, make sure you take the time to do it right. It's so important, and again, we are that last line of defense for the dealer. Guys, please reach out to me. I have no problem talking to anybody about this, the process, the products, how to disclose a contract correctly. Again, this is not something that takes 5 minutes. It should take a little bit longer than that. But anyway, guys, Michael Loftmuth, Elite FI Partners. Please feel free to call me, 520-631-0465. Have a great day.